So 12 and a half laps of the track then for these 16 men in the 5,000 metres. And it's a strong field, and there has been talk of a world record attempt in this. When I was working earlier on and breaking down the world record from 2004 of Kenenisa Bekele, I thought, nah, nobody's going to do that, but who knows. Jimmy Gressier, well, he's best known perhaps for some of his antics as a cross-country runner. Twice a European junior champion, and he celebrated and then fell flat in his face a couple of years back at a very muddy circuit. And Kripa, he's a well-known athlete too. Yamanebran Kripa, European Championship bronze medalist over 10,000 metres. He's certainly not lacking in strength, the 23-year-old. Holds the Italian record. I mean, you think they've had people like Alberto Cova. That is saying something. And there is the man, Joshua Cheptegei, the reigning world champion at 10,000 metres. Fabulously strong. Lifted that title in Doha last October, a few months after the world cross-country title on that incredibly demanding circuit in Aarhus in Denmark back in the March. The world record for 5,000 on the roads was set here by Cheptegei back on the 16th of February, so he's got fond memories of Monaco, the Ugandan. He's built nicely this last few years. He was 8th in the Rio 5,000, the Olympic Games, and then 6th in the 10,000 the year. But that only race he's had this year was that 5,000 world record on the roads, 12:51. Watch out too for Julian Wanders of Switzerland here, third away from the camera. Holds the European record at half marathon. So, let me break it down for you. The world record of 12 and a half laps is equivalent to 3 times a mile in 4:02, and then another half lap at a pretty healthy clip. That in itself sounds astonishing. They need to run 60.5 per lap, and I'm not sure anybody here is going to do it. Whether or not Cheptegei's in the mood, we shall see.
He looks great, Tim. He's coming up to the bell. I think he's going to absolutely break this apart. He must do. He must have something left here. He looks too good. He looks too relaxed. He's away from the lights. He takes the bell now. The world record is on.
11:35 at the bell there, a 59.9. He's covered his last 3 laps in almost exactly 3 minutes. He's matching stride for stride the closing pace of Kenenisa Bekele, but he set up this world record because he went out through the first half of the race and more, much quicker than the Ethiopian 16 years ago. Down the back straight, 250 metres to run, history in the making. Julian Wanders there with Switzerland, waving him on, is being lapped now, and hardly surprising. Great runners will be lapped by this man as he goes into the final 200 metres. Still looking strong, no panic, no sign of stress, not driving hard. He's got to hit the clock, hit the line in 12:37.35. Is he going to do it? Because he's tiring now. Down the home straight, surely it's going to be close. Watch the clock, 10 seconds to go. He's got about 50 metres to run, and he's still driving for the line. At last he grimaces and looks mortal. But there, 12:35.37. The world record has been broken by almost exactly 2 seconds. And he's still smiling. He's still in good shape. This fella, well, probably deserves the name Superman beside his own Joshua Cheptegei of Uganda, more than anybody in the history of distance running in the modern era. That was astonishing. I said before the race he needed to run 3 times a mile in 4:02 and then some change for that last half lap. Well, he's just run 3 times a mile in about 4:01. That is just hard to comprehend.
What a performance, Tim, and I love the way he did it. We've talked a lot about paces changing and picking up. That was almost an even-paced world record. His fastest lap, there was no big surge at the end, 59.64. Most of the other laps were within a second or so of that. 60.7, 60.6, 60.4, couple of 61s in there, just lap after lap after lap, and then he set himself up. He was tired at the end. He has every right to be tired. What a run, a world record on a night of nights here. And Cheptegei said he was going to do it, and he has. And you've got to really admire him for doing that. When people announce they're going to run fast and then come and do it, hats off to him.
12:51 for Kameli, a massive personal best in second place. But that is the story of the night. Surely the story of this bizarre athletic summer of 2020. He went through 3,000 in 7:35, began to ease away from a brave Kimeli there. But Nicholas Kimeli of Kenya couldn't hold him back over those final laps. And coming home, as you said, Steve, 59.64, just adding together his last 4 laps. He ran them about one stride outside 4 minutes. And his last 5 laps, in fact, almost identical against the clock to those of Kenenisa Bekele. But he built up that big cushion early on, and that was the key to it. He was aggressive, didn't rely upon his closing speed. He ran metronomically, very even pace throughout. Fabulous stuff.
And the other thing I love about him, he remembered to stop his watch as he crossed the line, just in case something went wrong with electronic timing.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Marathon runners holding their hands up in front of their faces. They break the tape because they want to stop their own watch. Oh, yeah, you're entitled to look in pain but smile. It's a wonderful, rich pain that you can be proud of. 12:35.36. I didn't think I'd see that world record of Kenenisa Bekele broken for many a year yet.
I don't think anyone's really going to... It might be a quiz question. Who was second to Cheptegei on the night he broke the world record? You've got to say, I say broke it. Even a couple of seconds, Tim, at that level is really taking it apart. Doesn't sound a lot, but it is.